Good evening, I'm David Hodges. Tonight is the SGA Candidates Forum and Presidential Debate. We will hear from candidates for each of the executive positions and from people running to be class officers, everything from class president to senator. At the end of the evening, the two candidates for executive president, Matt Campbell and Sam Warren, will go to head-to-head in a 30-minute debate. Phoenix 14's Jason Puckett has been following these elections and joins us from Mosley Center to talk more about how the debate will be moderated. Jason?
Well, David, the meeting tonight will be broken down into two parts. The first part will be the speeches for all the candidates running for their respective positions, and that will be followed by the speeches and the debates between Sam Warren and Matt Campbell, the two candidates running for executive president tonight. Back to you, David.
Thanks, Jason. It's almost time to cast your ballot. On Tuesday and Wednesday, students can vote on who they want to be their new SGA officers. SGA will have voting stations set up in Mosley both days from 9 to 5. But students can also vote online at www.elon.edu/elections. Students can start voting at 9 a.m. on Tuesday. The website is open 24 hours until Wednesday at 5 p.m. The winners will be announced 1 hour later at 6 p.m. in Mosley. Hillary Sursick is organizing the election, and one reason she thinks students should vote is because of how much money SGA is responsible for.
All your student fees are going to go into the SGA pot, and so we kind of divvy them up throughout the year. And so if you want to have a say in where your money's going, definitely vote. You know, you want people who are going to be good representatives of you.
This past year, SGA oversaw more than $400,000. 26 students are vying for your votes in this year's SGA elections. 15 of them will be sharing their qualifications and plans for Elon with you tonight. Here they are. The class of 2014 vice president candidates are Connor O'Donnell and Greg Zitelli. 2014 class secretary is between Ellen Frazier and Kirsten Wallach. For 2014 class senator, Catherine Andrew, Patrick Brown II, and Danielle Simmons. Senior class president is between current SGA executive president Taylor Martin and Andrew Springs. Now moving to SGA executive offices. Rachel Long is running unopposed for executive vice president, as is Nick Livengood for treasurer. Evan Glover was also slated to run for the executive treasurer position, but SGA reports he since dropped out. The position of executive secretary is between Joseph Ross Garner and Brielle Giordano. And the two candidates for the SGA executive presidency are Matt Campbell and Sam Warren. Matt Campbell is a junior. Thanks, Jason. Matt Campbell is a junior from Arlington, Virginia. He has served as class. Excuse me, we're going to our speeches right now. We ran a little short, so we're out to Jason and the SGA candidates for their election speeches. Introduction right now at the SGA Forum. Okay. Looks like quite a crowd of students turned up to see all the candidates talk for their positions. As we said, we have 8 different positions that candidates will be talking on, starting with the class of 2014, moving on from there to the senior class, and then eventually the SGA executive offices.
All right.
All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to SGA's speeches and presidential debate for the spring elections. Thank you all so much for coming out, especially Phoenix 14. You know, we couldn't have done this without you guys. I'm Hillary Sursick. I'm the senior class vice president and one of the chairs of the elections committee. So we, myself and Jordan McFarland, put this together, and we are really excited that y'all are here. The order of the speeches tonight will go from sophomore candidates, starting with the president, going to the vice president, treasurer, secretary, and senators, and then it'll go to the juniors, seniors, and then execs. However, the speeches for executive president will be part of the presidential debate portion, which will be after a 5-minute break. As you can see, you have to speak loudly to project to everyone in the room so they can hear you, because the mic is not set up to the PA system in this room. The rules as far as speech times are concerned, at-large positions get a maximum of 3 minutes for their speech. At-large presidents get 4 minutes, and executive positions get 6 minutes. Please be respectful to everyone who's giving a speech. Please don't heckle, no negative comments. Please be respectful of them, be quiet, polite, And if you guys have cell phones, everybody does, please put them on silent and vibrate so we don't hear them. We will first start with Connor O'Donnell, who is running for the vice president position of the class of 2014.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Connor O'Donnell, and I'm running for your sophomore class vice president. So the fact is that the majority of candidate speeches talk about past experience. I could stand up here and elaborate on my past leadership experience, such as I led a legislative conference of more than 1,000 high school students, attended a national debate conference 2 years in a row, and was the captain and president of several high school organizations. I could do that, but if I did, you'd probably all zone out. And though these accomplishments do have merit, there's more to being a candidate for a student government position than a plethora of past positions. To me, emphasizing what I will do in the future is more important than what I've done in the past. So that's what I've done, and here's what I will do. As your sophomore class vice president, I will make decisions that I feel best benefit our class. I will make myself open to comments and suggestions as they present themselves. Transparency within our governmental procedures are vital in order for success, and I will make sure that during my term as vice president, this occurs. With a budget of more than $500,000, student government officials have the very immense task of making politically savvy decisions while at the same time pleasing the student body. Therefore, it's vital that we implement new legislation that will benefit the class as a whole. But political talk aside, I know that I'm your best candidate for vice president because of my love and passion for Elon. Though it's only been 6 months since I've moved in here, I now call Elon home. And as your sophomore class vice president, I will make sure that our home is the best it can possibly be. Thank you, and remember to vote Connor O'Donnell, your 2010 sophomore class vice president. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Connor. Next, we have Gregory Zatelli, who is also running for 2014 vice president.
When I was first elected your class vice president in the fall, I felt a lot of the same emotions we all felt when we first showed up at Elon in late August. I didn't really know what to expect, and I was just excited for the ride. Now that we all have one semester under our belts, we barely feel like freshmen anymore. We don't look lost walking around campus. We've met some of our best friends, with whom we've shared some of the best and worst moments, and have a good idea of how college life works. In the same way, the experience I've gained serving as your vice president has taught me the intricacies of Senate life. I've served on 3 committees: Public Relations, History, and Phoenix Feet. Most important to me is the Phoenix Feet Committee, which I am currently co-chairing because its goal is to improve pedestrian safety on campus after 3 of our fellow students were struck by automobiles in the fall, one of whom was a close friend of mine. Phoenix Feet is working together with the Elon Police Department to organize a campaign to educate drivers on pedestrian safety. In addition to this program, if elected for another term, making our campus more environmentally sustainable and improving communication between the needs of the student body and SGA will be important goals of mine. In the digital age we live in, the average Elon student needs to have easier access to their representatives and be aware of what we're working on during meetings. The fact that so few students know what SGA does is unacceptable, and by making our representatives more accessible and meetings more transparent, our organization will be more effective in improving Elon University. In conclusion, if you've ever seen me cheer at a football or a basketball game, you'd see how much I love this university. I don't think I've ever gone home without losing my voice by that final play. It's with this intensity and dedication that I will bring to SGA if re-elected, because I want to work to make Elon the best it can be. Thanks for your time, and remember next Tuesday to vote for me, Greg Z, as the class of 2014's vice president.
Next, we have Ellen Frazier, who is running for the class of 2014 secretary.
Hello, fellow members of Elon University's class of 2014. My name is Ellen Fraser from Columbus, Ohio, and I'm running to be the secretary that will represent the class of 2014 in Elon Student Government Association. First, I'd like to tell you a little about myself. In high school, I was an at-large representative on student council for 2 years. My junior year, I was secretary of my class, and my senior year, I was secretary of the student body. I was also the editor of my high school's newspaper, and this fall I was a senator for the class of 2014 on SGA at Elon. I have the necessary leadership experience to help the class of 2014 be heard during Senate meetings, work well with my fellow members of the Senate as well as my constituents, and I've had the opportunity of seeing how the Senate meetings operate here at Elon. Also, I'm a good listener. If you all tell me about what changes you would like to see on Elon's campus, I will be sure to take them to heart and bring them to the Senate. Even though I've only been at Elon for a semester, I can already see how enthusiastic the class of 2014 is, and it would be my honor to represent you all in the SGA Senate for a second year. Thank you so very much, and vote for Ellen.
Next we have Kirsten Wallach, who is also running for Secretary of 2014.
Hello, my name is Kirsten Wallach, and I'm so excited to be here at Elon with all of you. I've spent the last 6 months taking in all that is great about this university. Being a part of student government has enabled me to see the other side of what goes on behind the scenes to make Elon a great place for students. I am honored to have been elected last semester to the student government freshman class secretary. Since September, I've been working hard to bring the voice of the class